Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Monday morning agent call for STA Business Solutions. Thank you for joining us this morning. Some of you guys are brand new. This is a call we have every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and this is a chance for us to get together multiple times during the week to be able to connect with all the agents, go over any questions, any issues that you might have had, talk about some of our success, let you know what our new game plan may be, share some success stories, and just a typical update. It's a chance for us to get to know each other as well, and so that you know you're plugged in to the system and that we work as one team, one unit. And so first and foremost, welcome all of you brand new agents. Last week was the first week of May, and as we have kind of made an adjustment to putting our focus through STA Business Solutions, we've had a very successful week for our very first week. We've currently put over $3 million worth of loans in the pipeline. We've got over $1 million approved. We've had several of them already funded, not just through STA, but also on the DAC side. Congratulations to Adam on that. So we are off to a very good start, and this is now the beginning of our second week for the month of May, and we want to have this week even bigger than what we did last week. We have a lot of good deals in the pipeline right now. We have several multi-million-dollar deals in the pipeline that we want to close for all of you guys as well. So we want to keep this call also short. I know we always end up going 45 minutes to an hour. I envision seeing these calls less than 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, just to give a quick update, introduce some of our new agents, and also hear from our CEO, Mr. Jairus Coleman, to share a couple of things, answer some questions, and then we're off and ready to start our business. So with that, I want to bring up to the table our CEO, Mr. Jairus Coleman.
Hey, Brandon, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Hey, I appreciate it. Good morning to everybody. Man, what a week is going to be ahead of us. What a week it has already, weekend, it's already been. Hopefully you guys have had a good weekend. You guys are rested up and you're ready to get the results that you're looking for. And this month we're well on our way into the middle of the month, believe it or not. I mean, time waits for no one. Time waits for no one, as we all know. But you know, I could tell you, Brandon kind of gave you kind of a skim view of what we have already been doing in the last just really less than a week, kind of moving into the STA, which is really expanding our portfolio on loans, access to loans. Got quite a few loans in the pipeline, and quite a few of you guys have submitted. You know what surprises me on this call, and I want to congratulate everybody. What surprises me on this call is that I'm seeing people, let me just be honest, I'm seeing people that have submitted loans in the system that I did not expect to see get loans based on the new criteria, on some of the newer criterias. And you guys are taking advantage on the term loans, which we want to put people in more balanced loans. But we know we have all the options based on their needs and where they're fit. But you guys, you know, and I'll be emailing and I'll be consistently reposting. It's really more keep it in your face, because I always post. I'm already starting to post those rates and stuff, or the guidelines. But a few of you guys have taken reins on the guidelines on one term loan where you got to have a 500 credit score, or you can have a 500 credit score and up. And, you know, like less than 2-3 months in business, you guys are taking that by the reins. So I got quite a few the process between today and the rest of the week. I'm already seeking out, and I will eventually down the road here in the next few weeks be bringing on an underwriter, or no, it's not underwriter, but another processor, and we'll continue. Things are about to take off and get very interesting very fast here, folks, for everybody. And when I say everybody, if you plug in. And there really is something about, it's not about hype, because we're not a network marketing company, nor, you know, we don't have that, you know, we may, you know, to some of you guys seem like, you know, a network marketing, but we're not. But I will say energy produces or begets energy. So we got a lot of energy, and you should ride that. I mean, success does have a motion. It does have a feel, and it does have a speed. It's very quick. So all in all, you know, ride the wave. You know, these calls might be mundane and boring, or they're repetitive, which they should be. no different than working out. Is can be repetitive and boring, and it's the same. But guess what? There's results being made when you plug and press in. The more you feel that burn, the more you're going to learn. The more you learn, the more that you actually take action and do and speak and get turned down and get that, hey, I'd rather you guys go out there and get turned down and get that feeling of, man, I'm rejected. Get that. That's a good feeling, actually, by the way, is to get rejected. No, I know you don't agree with me, but if you're getting rejected, that means that you're building your strength. You're building your muscles, and you're actually in the right direction. Most people get it mixed up, and when I really understood this principle that going out there, getting rejected, and it builds your character of understanding how to become better. And when you start closing more deals, it's the law of attraction. What happens is all of a sudden it's almost like the universe bends and aligns with you, because all of a sudden you become seasoned. And it's almost like people start giving you deals. You go from rejected to you went through the fire, and all of a sudden you start getting deals. And then you'll find that because you pressed in and you don't think about it, what you're doing is actually sowing seed, and it's going that you'll start to see a blow up. And I can tell you personally that has happened, with a lot of us, but even myself included, guys. We're on poise. The way I see it, based on the loans that you got to bring into the company, we started 60 days ago. I already see us producing more than $100 million in business. I cannot believe it's not set, but I would say almost half of that's already set within just in the last 30 days or 60 days of us in building this and rolling things out. So by the end of the year, I expect us to hit almost $100 to $150 million in loans funded, which means a lot of money paid out, a lot of cash, a lot of growth within our loan field, within everybody. So, hey, we're in an exciting time, guys. I mean, in helping businesses get capital or individuals grow their business, reach their dreams, and you are a part of helping that. And that's what we provide here with the STA Business Solutions. And that's why we said we provide solutions for problems, helping people reach that. So, again, like Brandon said, I do want to keep these calls short, and I agree with him. We want to control it. I know every day I do usually have a lot of information to unload, so I really will keep this for me right now for a few more minutes. I'm giving you guys a quick update on where we're at. Again, I've got more updates we'll be consistently doing in our system, but we just converted over to the STA Business Solution model, so there's still a lot of unloose ends I have to tie down. But I created the website personally. I've created everything, the videos, training, and I got a ton in the dashboard to add into the back dashboard when you guys log in. There's PDF files I still have to upload. You name it. Honestly, it's just I've been running around and trying to get things finished. Just came back from Dallas this Friday and secured some deals there. We've got more deals that are being secured. Again, guys, we already have just about more than $40 million. Brandon said 3, and he's right. But as soon as I'm done going through some docs and some preliminaries. I've already sent it to my lender this last night when I got back in town. Well, once everything is set in stone, we'll have more than $45 million in the pipeline again in 60 days, less than 60 days. This is amazing, guys. I mean, if you want to count what STA did, that's less than a week. Congratulations, by the way, and then congratulations to the individuals that have done that. And that's not to make anybody else jealous or, hey, guys, don't focus on the emotion of, damn, what did they, or I can't. You can go out there. That's why I said I'm shocked on some of the people that have taken action and put loans in the system based on the criteria and those 17 states alone. Again, that's just one of the loan product, and you can find that on the website. You guys, obviously we posted in a group. We'll be emailing and keeping all the criteria in front of you for each loan package we have. But guys, a lot of you guys have taken action, and I'm impressed. I'm completely impressed. And I need to add. There's a few more element follow-ups that you're going to need to grab for these customers on those packages, on every package, but those packages to make sure we can get that loan. I can get it submitted, put it in the system so we can get it approved. And I'll be reaching out to all you that have put loans in the system this week, if not to me, well, I would say today, to make sure, I get those to you, because meanwhile, even though I have to, there's a few PDFs that you're going to need to hand your customer for them to sign and documentation. That's
Go.
What was that? Can you please, whoever that is, they can mute themselves. But long story short, guys, we're at a great time. I'm excited about, again, the progress just in a week's time of us really adding or converting into the STA solutions, and thus with David Allen Capital being it's a broker product. But many of you guys have put loans in the system through David Allen Capital and gotten approved. Some of you guys have not. Again, I'm pretty transparent on and I've given you guys 100 times of what the difference of a merchant cash advance is versus a term loan. How do we, where we should be putting each customer. I'm not going to go over that again because it takes more time. But all in all, folks, what we have at STA Solutions is solutions to help customers get into right products and help them fulfill the needs they have. Would that be? Oh, and last thing I'll say is, I know a few of you messaged me on the credit repair program. Again, because I have a lot on my plate. I mean, it's launched. I just have to put a few links and stuff together so you guys can start to send. So expect that in the next 48, the latest 72 hours. It's just I literally got back in town and it's been chaotic. I've been up since 3 o'clock last night, actually almost 4. So I have gotten barely any sleep. Everything is moving good, and it's good speed. But again, I'll be reaching out to the people who put loans in the system recently in the last few days, so you guys can get the last bit of information from these borrowers, and we can get those things rolling. I've got Mondays are always busy, but I've got quite a big. If I don't reply back to you right away, if you guys are messaging me and I don't reply back right away, don't get frustrated. It's Monday. But I usually get back to people in a timely manner for the most part. With that being said, Brandon, I'll kind of give it back to you, and you could probably take people's questions. If anybody has any questions, you can go from there.
Absolutely. And before we get to the questions, I want to answer one main question that I've been getting repeatedly is people want to know, when I got a loan, do I go through DAC first or I go through STA first? Here's what you do. Any prospecting client that you have, you want to go to the STA side first. So when you register, and all of you should have already done this, register on the STA site and go through that process, the 12 questions that are there, and put all of that information in, because once that gets to Jairus will be able to tell, all right, is this business going to be better doing a merchant cash advance? Will they be better doing a term? He's got a spot check on that so he can take a look at it and know just where they would have the better deal instead of you going 2-3 different places and saying, well, let me put it through DAC first. Oh, they got turned down. Well, let me go back to them and I'll put it through STA. No, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Put them all through the STA side first. And if it's a better deal for them to be on the merchant cash advance, then we put them into that system. The second thing is to make sure that you and your agents have registered on our email for the mail. I use MailChimp, but the email, so you're getting your email updates. And I have updated the pin section on our Facebook group. So make sure you go back there, and I'm continuing to update that as we have more training videos I'll roll out for the STA side. So make sure that you pay close attention to that, get yourselves plugged into the system, and the rest will take care of itself after that. So right now, anybody that has any comments or questions, state your name and where you're calling from. Anybody, any comments or questions?
Hey, Brandon. Well, somebody.
Quiet,
Is that somebody?
Go ahead, guys.
Somebody just spoke up.
That was Adam. I was saying,
ahead,
don't be shy, everybody. This is your opportunity to be asking questions. We're all here.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah. What I was going to say is, people like to listen to me for one, Brandon, because I got a sexy voice. That's why they don't ask questions. Oh my God. I mean, come on. No, I'm just joking, everybody. But here's the thing. Look, to the first question really quick, I do want to say, like, you got to understand the DAC. The DAC is all merchant cash advances. My belief is and I mean, like you said, Brandon, everything should go through the STA. DAC is really just the last minute resort. The way I see it is because you don't want to put, for one, you don't want to put people in the merchant cash advance if you don't have to. And so if you can keep them away from doing a merchant cash advance, that would be the ideal. And you guys, again, some of you guys are completely new and you don't even understand the difference between a loan and a cash advance. I've already said that before, but a quick synopsis. A cash advance is not based off of credit, where a term loan, business loan, or business line of or personal line of credit obviously is going to be based on their credit. You know, not everybody's credit, not every business owner has good credit. Not every individual has good credit. But, you know, when you put them through STA, we're going to be able to look, because that's why it's called business solutions. We look to find them the right. Most of you guys, I know a number of you guys that are on this call or agents have put a number of loans in the system through merchant cash advance. And, when you've gotten to maybe the point of getting docs and the customer sees the terms and conditions, and because the merchant cash advances are highly expensive and they're usually money comes out every day. So just depends on the size of the loan, $300, $400, $500 a day. Yeah, that adds up. And so customers look at that and they all of a sudden disappear on you, and you're like, well, man, I did all this work. What happened? Yeah, because they weren't interested in the cash advance. It was just too expensive. Cash advances are great. And perfect example, I'm not going to state the person's name, but I'll just use it as an example. But a very small loan, we were trying to help a customer, and they were exactly in the mold. They were desperate. First, they turned it down because they were so desperate. They were like, the next day came back, please, we want to take it. And so, we tried our best, and at the end, before the customer or the merchant actually was going to fund the deal, they pulled it, and the customer was actually $128 negative. And then they kept bothering they went around and tried to bother the lender because they got the lender's information on the package. So they tried to bother the lender. And the lender just said, we're going to go ahead and because this person seems like they're very antsy, we're going to look at the full file again before you give them the money. They effed it up. They literally effed that up. The customer messed that own deal up. The point I'm saying, guys, is that merchant cash advances are expensive, and the payment would have been like $150 a day. Honestly, even if he needed the money in desperation, I mean, if they needed it, it would have been great. We got them the money. That agent would have been paid something. But, all in all, I do want to put customers in the best situation. At the end of the day, I am a business. We are a business, and you can call me cutthroat, but I'll say this straight up. We're in business to give people money and help people, and no matter if they get in a higher interest rate loan, there is no interest on merchant cash. They go that route because they can, if they have bad credit and they can't keep, they have no other option. That's a good option for merchant cash, but you're not going to get a $200,000 to $500,000 business that really is going to take a merchant cash advance, because that you understood what the cost would be. It would literally be, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month in a payment coming out every day and broken up, and over a year to 24 months. Now, well, they don't even go that long usually. My goal is that term loans go longer and they help the cash flow. That same loan would be a fraction, a $44,000, for instance, loan. My loan particularly was $7,500 a month through a merchant cash advance. That same loan size would have been $700. You see the difference? And that's a month. That helps the cash flow. I'd be paying the term loan longer, but the cash flow is helped. That means that I can keep building business, and I'm not, oh my God, I'm short this month. This month I didn't do that much business. That was what I was always concerned about. As a business owner, when I ran my wholesale business, I was always I was always producing around $30,000 to $50,000 a month. So I was always paying, even I was always had a good decent cash flow at the time in my old business, but I found myself always worried about, man, if the sales dropped, and they did. The sales dropped and it became loathsome. it became embarrassing. So all I'm trying to say is, guys, is that I like to put people in a true good situation. That's why we call it business solutions. We find out where they're at, and we put them there. And as you guys are growing, again, you submit your docs. I'll look at them, and if I can tell you where they fit, I'll say, hey, this person's going to go to this, and you guys will get there. You guys will. I mean, it's really pretty simple as you guys get, start applying the loans. I mean, honestly, here's the thing. You guys may not have questions, and I know most of you guys do, but here's reality. How you get a lot of your questions answered. I mean, I'm talking about like the questions that really you won't, even if you have half the stuff. Some of you haven't experienced it because you haven't gotten loans in the pipeline. You got to go out there and do it. Just go out there and put loan and go through the, I shouldn't say struggle, but go through but there's target markets where to figure out where to find clients. And I've been saying this for a long time now, and some of you guys have taken a lot of action to this. And that is talk to bankers. Bob Days, if he's on, I can't wait to hear more of his testimony, but he shared the other week that he's talked and made connections. You guys have heard that if you're on the call. He's made connections with a business banker, and the business banker wants to meet with him, I think this week, and more than likely he's going to give him a lot of business. A lot of you guys on this call have already done that, and you've produced and will produce. You've already produced. I've already got another person who did the same thing, and she's producing. Her banker has already produced. It's on my desk, and literally when I came back, I'm like, oh my God, more than almost $4 million in business, and like 25 more deals beyond that. As soon as we close, we got like 25 more deals. She basically there's an endless supply just through that one client for her. And then she's got multiple people like that because they're sources. Those are called sources. So go attack sources. People that are in this field that can't get people approved, that'll help save you a lot of time. So if you're scratching, how do I find customers? For one, you can pick up the phone and talk to a business owner. You don't have to sit there and twiddle your thumbs. Well, what do I say? We got scripts, but I'm going to tell you, here's the thing, guys. I actually hate scripts. I'm not a script guy. I'm just be honest with you. I use a balanced system. There is a such thing. I do still use a script. I am repetitive on my speech, but I don't use a script for myself personally, guys. Just to be honest, if you're saying, well, what do you use your script? I don't use a script, honestly, because a script for me, I'm speaking for me, it's too robotic. I do use a structured speech. So you can call it a script, but it's too robotic. It's not personal. It's fake. It's just not. That's just me. I know some people need scripts, but I try not. Honestly, guys, when you learn enough of the product, just be yourself and be a human, and they feel that, and they're going to open up and be more of a. Yeah, you know what? Here, yeah. Hey, my name is Jairus. Hey, I'm a local business loan officer in the area, and I'm just calling around businesses, checking out where. And start talking with them. And just, if you're doing cold calls and reaching out to them. If you're in the live market, drop off information. Again, the brochures and stuff like that, what I mentioned earlier. This week, a lot of that stuff will be, Brandon and the team we're working on getting more stuff that you guys can download and drop off. But there's different ways to market the business. Each way, be yourself. That's all I would say.
This is Dee Dee. I do have a question. One of my questions, are you ready for it? Okay, I have a question. I know we have the 10 questions ourselves also to go through with them, but one of my questions is can the customer access the actual application online themselves and fill their information in there? Because I have been asked that. I did explain to them, nobody's going to give you any money without knowing your personal information. But some people still might not feel comfortable giving you all of that. Is there any way they can access the application themselves online?
Well, yeah, that's a website. I mean, that's an easy answered question. I mean, you just send them the link and have them fill it out. Just you're fine. And make sure they just you put they add you as a referring agent on the bottom, like, hey, so I know who goes, so I know who to contact. Like, if it's you, I know who to contact. Say, hey, because all I can do is once they from that file is just look at it. I mean, this is how most pre-approval systems. There isn't really an automated system. Well, to some degree there is, but I just eyeball it. It just takes me 2 seconds and go, okay, the credit score is between there. Okay, well, I need more information, but it looks like we can do something and they would fit here. That's all I can do. But that's all I can go. So if they're, I don't know you yet. I don't, I mean, I can't move any further other than, it looks like we can find them a lender based on this pretend picture that they've given us. But you know, I don't know about you. I know you agree with this, but I ain't giving. I mean, if say me being the bank, I say I'm the bank. I ain't giving nobody no money unless I know who you are. Meaning, I got to see your credit card. I mean, your credit, your personal information. There's no way I'm going to give a person $500,000 and go. So it's twofold. On my side, you got to think about it. We're giving money, so you guys don't need to come and approach people in a form of weakness. I'm trying to hand you money. I'm scared to tell you that. No, you guys need to be not jerks, but like, look, we got money and you need it. We got money and you need it, and you can't even come at me and say I don't need money, because you all know everybody needs money.
Now, Dee, do you know where to go to see to give that link out?
Yes, I do. I actually just went on there and printed out things that I needed. So, yes, I did.
Okay, yeah, you can give them that link. But like Jared said, the most important is to make sure that they put your name down at the referral agent at the bottom.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Any other comments or questions?
Hey, Brandon, I have a question. This is Shauna.
Hey, Shauna, go right ahead.
So when we fill out the ST form, the client get their information, and we send it to Jairus, and it doesn't, it needs to go to DAC instead. Does that come back to us as agent? Do we send it through DAC, or how does that work?
Oh, I missed that last part. You said something about DAC.
Yes, so we send it to Jairus, okay? He can't find anything, so I guess the last resort would be DAC. Does that come back to us, and we send it through DAC?
Yeah, well, Jairus will tell you that, you know, there's nothing we can do with this client. It's probably best that they go through the DAC. And so you would just go back to the DAC website. They've got the same exact 12 questions. You just re-enter it and hit submit. And then it's going to go to the DAC processors, a gentleman named Wade.
Okay.
And then he'll take care of it from there.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
But definitely lead with STA first.
Okay, cool.
Any other comments or questions?
On that note, Brandon, for Shauna, we'll know right away, based on the snapshot, based on what information that they fill out on that form, pretty much exactly what we can do with them.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Adam.
Perfect. Anybody else?
Yeah, Brandon, this is Tony. I have a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number one, when we asked, couldn't we just, when we talk to a customer, I mean, this way I wanted to approach it, and I thought it was okay to do it that way, but couldn't we kind of figure that out up front and we simply ask that customer how long they've been in business and do they know what their credit score is? Couldn't we just eliminate that right away if they don't even qualify? They've been under 2 years and they tell me, my credit score is 525 or something like that. It's not good. Couldn't we know right there and then, without having to go through STA, and just simply go straight to DAC because they're not going to qualify, or we shouldn't do that?
I still would go through STA because again,
okay.
We have a lot more options that Jairus may say, well, I've got a lender that can deal with this.
Okay.
Don't rely. Let's just get them in the process.
Let me jump in there, Brandon, really quick. I mean, honestly, I'm going to put it this way. I can eliminate DAC 100%. We don't. I'm just going to be frank. We don't necessarily need DAC because I have every lender that you can think of, from merchant cash to personally, just because the process is streamlined for me. If they fit in a merchant cash advance, which is not a loan, then it makes sense for it to be easier for me because, I mean, I can only deal with so much. I got to run a company, do this, sites, talk to there's literally 30 agents, and I even know I'm bringing on more processors, so I can only do so much. So if it's a DAC loan, just put it through the DAC system. But honestly, every loan you guys really just need to put through STA, and the reason why is because DAC is just it's not even just a secondary. It's really just a merchant cash advance option, which we have. But I'm going to say do put it through merchant cash if it doesn't fit, because it's just a load bearing of work I don't have to handle. Make sense?
Well, I understand that, but the.
But no, but to answer your question, but I know what you're saying. To answer your question,
I'm going by what you said last week, Jairus. I'm going by what you said last week, Jairus.
Yeah.
When you introduced normal loans, you said the minimum's 2 years in business and at least a 620, maybe.
Oh no, I'm not shooting you. No, look, I'm not shooting you. I'm actually complimenting what you're saying. If I was in the same city with you, we went out together. The way I sell and do business on live is exactly how you do it. I talk to them. I qualify people in my head if I'm out there in the field. I don't, because here's how I look at every client. Every client represents money and time I'm going to waste. And guys, as I get older, I keep saying this, but I look at my time more than I look at my money. So if I'm going to spend, if this client's going to take, just like I said, a client took just for $10K. They literally were trying to drive mentally down one of my sales agents here. One of you guys. You guys know who you were. They were sucking up all this person's time where they couldn't even focus on other deals for this one little deal that would have probably produced a couple $100. And they messed it up. My point is that I look at every picture, and when I ask and I qualify them just like you would say, like you said. If they don't fit, yeah, you could say. To be honest with you, Tony, I don't care where you put them on that regards, but you might want to put them all through, just qualify them like you said mentally. If they fit in a merchant cash advance, then put them there. I can be frank and say they're more than likely going to say, when you show them the terms on a merchant cash advance, no thank you, I'm not interested, even if they are a person with jacked up credit. Let me just be honest with you.
Okay. Well, if that being the case, then, Jairus, then you're telling me, because you just said something I hadn't heard. Well, you didn't mention it last week, but I know you're working with lenders. So you're telling me now at this point, being today Monday, that you have lenders that would be able to do a term loan that will not require a company to be in business for a minimum of 2 years. Those would still be done
on the term deals. Yeah, the term deals, they usually require it's standard 2 years, and that's what we need on the term deals. On the I do have merchant cash advances. I just secured one over the weekend actually that actually won't even look at the merchant statements or the bank. So, which means like the deal that we recently just lost because that jerk actually at the end was so desperate for the money, went around and actually we actually would have got him funded. I actually could have got him more money. To be honest with you, I could have got him. He got approved for 10. I could have got him approved for 30. I'm not going to go back to the customer because he wasted my time and he wasted my agent's time. I'm not going to save him. That's his fault. That's his problem and how he treated us. So, but my point is, yes, I have, but I'm only one person. I mean, and I got more people I'm bringing on. So yeah, if they fit, or if you're getting, Jairus, I need to get this one through. But you put them through the system, if they fit and they got horrible credit, and you put them through, and you see, wait a minute, they're going to probably fit over here at a merchant cash. I'm going to go through David Allen Capital. Just understand that when you get the docs, and if they don't accept it, then that's why we have a solution in here. We need to fix your credit. We can't get, because the customer will try to always get a little smart. They don't always give you the full, most of them will never give you the full picture until we see the financial picture. Oh, I got the best credit score, and I got this, and then you see it, and you're like, man, this person they're lying. Their credit scores here and their bank statements, they've had 2 NSF fees. You don't know that until you see the picture.
Right. Well, that's the way a lot of, when I was doing mortgage loans, I mean, I would talk to customers, and everybody you talked to had good credit. And then once you did the report, you found out that wasn't true.
Exactly. You know the game. I mean, it's the same game. You know the game.
Okay, then I understand that. Then I'll just go ahead and send them through STA and let you make that determination. And then once you do, then at that point, I'll just go back with Dak if it can't be.
Yeah, I'll reach out to you. And say, hey, look, this is what you need to do. Yeah. I'll look at it. I'll see your number, and I'll say, okay, hey, Tony, this is what you need to do. You need to go back, and now everything looks good. They fit, and I can get them a term deal. You need to get this information, which you should know after you close a few deals. And looking at the guidelines on the website, but hey, this is what I need. When it becomes repetitive to you, it's pretty much you submit, you get and you get that call back the next day of, hey, this is where we need to put them. This is the kind of package we're going to go for. Get this from them. We'll submit it, and we can get to everything underway.
Okay, then my second question was going into the try to get a going into the banks and talking to the business banker to let them know that we can help them, maybe loans that they can't approve. How do we approach that? I mean, they're just not going to hand those over to us. I mean, are we going to have to share that with them? Are we going to have to make them partners? Are they going to have to join STA so we can split those commissions? What are the things they might require? Are they just going to hand those loans to us and with no requirements from them coming from us?
These are common sense questions. I'm not shooting you for saying it. Those are pretty common questions. But here's how you would handle it, because every situation, just like every human being you approach, is going to be different. Every person is going to respond to something just a little bit different. You know that there is no full cookie cutter formula on how to approach a person. But introduce you, be a human being, as I know you are, and I'm just going for everybody. Approach them and talk to them and let them know you're a lender. Hey, I'm a business loan officer or business lender, and here's my company, STA Business Solutions. And hey, I'm just reaching out to you, just figuring, I know that you do business loans, and let me ask you, based on you might want to find the criteria out first and match them to ours probably before you go in the bank, because you know that. Based on your criteria, I'm only guessing, this is me talking to them, I'm only guessing that it looks like you guys are probably very streamlined and tight on your guidelines on certain industries. Am I correct? Yeah, just fill them out. You got to fill the person out. I can't teach that. You make sense? You should know that being in sales.
Yeah.
You got to listen. You got to fill that person out. There's no cookie cut. Okay, I know how to teach it, but it's really based off of your experience by going and doing it. You got enough. Go try a few, and you'll fill the formula. That's actually how you create the formula. Is you go try a few, and I just gave you kind of how I would do it. Talk to them and just give them, hey, based off, do your research. Don't go and I would not go talk to them without doing research on the bank that you know, and go look at their bank loan, their term. You can typically go find that out on the website. Go look at if it's whatever B of A bank, or I would look at the rate and just match them to our guidelines and say, just call them and just say, look, hey, blah, 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 my name and where you come from. But talk to them in a personal manner. And then, if you fill them out, yes, more than likely they're going to say, well, I like what I'm hearing. If they say, I would like to meet you, we can meet for lunch, or you say that if you want to meet for lunch, we can sit down. You know what? Sure. That's them basically this is a sign. That's them basically saying, I can't talk to you about that on premises, but I can sure talk to you off the premises. That's exactly what they're saying. So what you're saying is a loaded question, and it really takes you going and being a true human being and feeling that person out.
You just kind of answered my question. You just answered my question. You have to know what you're doing. You do the research on the bank too.
Well, Tony, don't just walk into a bank. It's really based on relationships. Who do you know that works at a bank? Who do you know that has worked at banks previously? And that's how you get into the banking world that way. But don't just walk into a bank and introduce yourself or your company. You'll go through relationships and find out who works at a bank and who handles that.
Yeah, okay. If you go to chamber events, but that's all. Yeah, you can, but you can. Brandon's 100% right. You can, if you want to be kind of bold, you can do cold call and call the banker, like the business loan. Hey, Reem, hey, I'm looking for your business banker, and talk to them. But here's the thing: you're trying to find an analogy. You're going in. Well, you're just dry. Just put it that way. So
that's what I figured. I was thinking, you can't just walk in and flop your card and talk to them. They're not going to give you the time of day, and if they do,
well, I would never walk into a bank. I would never drive around town. I mean, at one day I would have, but I would never drive. I would call first, and because usually they assign bank loan officers to strategic regions in the city, like Houston. They would probably, a bank would say, let's say B of A. They would say, okay, this bank loan officer has these, like Houston, these three cities, these small clustered cities together inside of Houston, or this is their territory. And so typically they're not going to be at that said one branch. So if you call and say, hey, I'm looking for your business banker or your business loan officer, they're going to say, okay, yeah, no problem. And they're going to more than likely give you the number to the person where he's probably traveling between those 3 or 4 different branches. And you can call them. Again, you can call them hey, my name is, Tony, and I'm with a, a company called STA Business Solutions. Hey, here's the thing. I actually got a chance to look at you guys' guidelines, or, even talk to them where you kind of don't know information until they start talking to you. But I've done this enough, and I know how to talk to people. It just takes time. You got to feel the person. If you're going to do it that way, I can get a lot of closings because to me, it's an easy sell because I know when I talk to them, I'm going to feel them out. And if I can tell this person, I can talk to them, and he would like to meet, I'm sure based on how he responds or she responds, this person would probably say after the call, hey, you want to meet for lunch? Sure, I'm interested in listening. That basically is a sign of them when I do get to that point of saying, hey, man, if your loan packages are good, I can send you business, but yes, they are going to want a kickback. And they'll tell you how they can get that kickback because they can get in trouble if it's in certain situations.
Well, I think I'm just going to join a chamber and use it from that approach.
That's exactly what I would suggest for you.
That'll be a lot easier approach, I think, than the other way. I think if you get the chamber, you can meet all these different loan guys and bankers from different banks in that area.
I would 100% support that. You're going to make your life a lot more easier because you're building it through an already established entity and relationship platform.
Okay, and then one more question. Well, for me personally, I have DAC cards. Okay, I don't have STA cards. So is it okay to continue to pass out the DAC cards, or do we need to get something that says STA Solutions? Now that DAC is just like a vendor for us, how do we?
I would use up all the DAC information you have. Because we still use DAC. So yeah. Okay. You didn't waste anything.
Okay, good. That's all. Well, thanks. Thanks for answering those questions. I appreciate it.
All right. At that point, we are ready to go. As usual, this call has been recorded. If you guys are brand new, make sure you go to our training site, successalliancetraining.com. Click on the training tab at the top right, and you will see our archive list of all of our recordings from the past few weeks. Go through all of that. The best way to learn, like Jared said, is out there doing it. But when you listen to what we've been doing over the past few weeks, you can kind of see our progress and evolution to where we are today. If you start from the beginning, and you're going to soak up all that information. The best way I learn is by just jumping into it. This is not my background. Me and Jared first talked about this at the beginning. This is his world, but for me, it's like a foreign language when I hear this kind of talk. So I learn by listening. And I listen and I listen and I soak it up and I soak it up, and then you go out there and just do it. So take advantage of the training platforms that we have. It will answer 99% of all of your questions, and then you just go out there and go to work. So thank you guys for joining us today. We will be back Wednesday morning at same time. Invite the agents you already brought on board as well, and let's have a very productive week. Thank you, Jared, Adam, and everybody else. God bless and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.